Warning, Britt and Joe, the Retro Show, may contain video games from the 80s and 90s, so if you're under the age of 20, you might not know what the we're talking about.
I won't beg, break, I'm going away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know. I won't beg,
Welcome to the Retro Show.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Brent and Joe the Retro Show. Now, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Brent, and also I got a buddy with me, and that is Joe.
What's up, everyone? Now, first time I played Mario Kart, I remember renting it back in early 90s. I was probably around 15, 16. I rented it for a weekend, not expecting much. You know, I thought it was just going to be a cheesy little Mario rip-off racing game. But little did I know how much fun I'd have that weekend, and I wound up buying the game. That was one of the first games that I had rented, and I had to immediately go buy it. It was just an amazing game. And over the years, even the original Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, it still stands the test of time. It started a whole new genre of racing games. There's been so many knockoffs since the original Mario Kart, and it's a true testament to how great that original Mario Kart game was, and it truly has evolved over the decades. And that's what we're talking about here, weapons and tracks.
Now, we're going to cover all the way from the SNES all the way to the Wii U Mario Kart 8. So I remember when I was younger, me and my brother would go to a friend of ours' house down the street, and we would play Mario Kart 64 all day long. That game is so iconic and amazing, the maps and everything. If it wasn't for Mario Kart, you wouldn't have games such as F-Zero and also Diddy Kong Racing. Okay, guys, so we are going to cover top 5 weapons that we believe that is our favorites in Mario Kart and probably the most helpful to us. Now, you guys will probably have a different opinion, so if you do, drop a comment down below and let us know. Okay, at the number 5 spot, we are going to be talking about the Golden Mushroom. Okay, guys, the reason why we picked the Golden Mushroom at the number 5 spot because you get unlimited amount of boost. Now, you can be all the way from the 7th place or 8th place and use that boost, and it can catch you all the way up to the front. That is very important, but you only get it for so long. And also, when you're boosting your way to the top, it doesn't really knock out any kind of opponents. It just makes you pass them up.
Number 4 on our list is the Lightning Bolt. Now, the Lightning Bolt is a weapon you'll normally get, if you're sitting in the back of the pile, and it's surely a game changer. You get that Lightning Bolt, it sets off, and you instantly wind up going faster than the rest of your opponents, and along the way you can run them over. It's like the ultimate payback, for being in last place. And it can really turn the tides for you, because, it can launch you right from, you get a nice little straightaway, and you got a clear shot of all the other carts. You can just run them all over and take first place and give yourself a nice little victory. It truly is worthy of being on part of our weapons list of all-time greats.
Okay, guys, so at the number 3 spot, we decided to pick the Star. Now, the Star is a lot better, I think, than the Golden Mushroom, because the Golden Mushroom, you're not indestructible like you are with the Star. Now, when you have the Star, nothing can hit you, you can fly through anything, and also you still get that boost effect. The Star is really important, and not to mention, it is in every single Mario Kart game that you can think of.
Now, number 2 on our list is the Red Shell. Now, we placed the Red Shell higher on our list because it's very versatile. You can pretty much get the Red Shell anywhere within, your placing, whether you're in the middle of the pack, or in first place, or in the back of the pile. Getting the Red Shell, can really help you out. It's a guaranteed, hit when used properly. But if you're lucky enough to get the triple stack of Red Shells, you got it made. You have 3 attacks, 3 guaranteed hits. Or if you bump into someone, or you can also guard your incoming attacks. It's awesome, and it deserves to be definitely where it sits right now in 2nd place. And you can also use the Red Shell or the Green Shell as defense. If you just hold on, like in Nintendo 64, if you hold on to the L1 button, you pretty much just hold it behind you, as you see here, and it can block an incoming attack. And you can pick up a new weapon, so you can have 2 weapons. You can hold on to this one, and then, hit the question mark box for another. We love it.
Okay, guys, at the number 1 spot, we decided to pick this one because we feel like it's the most important and also the most helpful power-up / weapon in the game, and that is Bullet Bill. Okay guys, so we put Bullet Bill at the number 1 spot because we feel like if you're in last place, you could potentially go to first place depending on how far you are back from first place. Okay, so the really cool thing about Bullet Bill, while he's moving his way up to that number 1 spot, he could possibly smash people along the way. So if you're in Bullet Bill's way, he can smash you and then you can get sent back to the back of the line possibly. So not only he can possibly move to the first position, but you could probably get sent back to the last position. So we feel like Bullet Bill is a really good factor for this game, and also it just shows that you don't have to be in first place the whole entire time to win this game.
We also have another runner-up for first place, and that is the Blue Shell. But we just think that Bullet Bill is definitely, superior to the Blue Shell. But that Blue Shell is super important, especially in multiplayer, because you'll wind up getting that more often, and it's guaranteed strike at first place. It's excellent. And it's going to clip anyone that's in its path. We love that Blue Shell, but they had to take a backseat to Bullet Bill. Taking 5th place on our list of all-time favorite tracks is Jungle Parkway, Donkey Kong's Jungle Parkway for the Nintendo 64. Now, in the early 90s, Donkey Kong made this huge resurgence with Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, and he became popular ever since. He was like reborn again. He had the 2 Donkey Kong Country games, and then he had more further success on the Nintendo 64. And with Mario Kart, he was a playable character, and he had his own track, and this was a great track. You had great music to go along with the track. A great balance of some straightaways, some nice carving turns. You got bridges to cross, a ramp that launches you across this river, and you carve out this nice little turn throughout a cave. It's just a great track. And whenever I go back to play that, to visit Nintendo 64 and play Mario Kart, this track is one of my favorite ones I need to hit up. So number 5 on our list is Donkey Kong Jungle Parkway.
Okay guys, so moving on to the number 4 spot. When you think of Mario Kart maps, you probably think of the iconic maps from Mario Kart 64, but I have one that's not a very popular map, but it is personally my favorite map, and that is on Mario Kart 3DS, and that is Luigi's Mansion. Now, I'm a big fan of Luigi's Mansion in general. I love the Halloween themed scariness to it, but Luigi's Mansion map is so amazing. It has like Boo for the ghosts, and he can come in and out of stuff. And it's a really cool track to play on. I feel like there's a lot of similarities between Luigi's Mansion track and also Bowser's Castle, but I really feel like the Luigi's Mansion track is a little bit better. That's just my preference, but I know a lot of people might not know about this track, and a lot of people know Bowser's Castle, so I decided to go with Luigi's Mansion instead.
Choco Mountain on the Nintendo 64 takes our 3rd pick. It's just another great track, and it cannot be left out. This track, just like this giant big oval that goes around this humongous mountain that looks like a big stack of chocolate. You have these, it's one of those tracks that are a lot of fun to race and very difficult to master. You have these long winding turns that you can drift all around and create, lots of opportunities for mini turbo boosts, which can really make your run times competitive, racing amongst friends. And you have, these big giant chocolate balls or rocks coming at you to get in your way, and all these little bumps. You have on the left side, you wind up going down that cliff. You make a mistake, you wind up going down the cliff. You go be in first place and then fall off that cliff and wind up in 8th in a millisecond. Just a great track, especially if you're doing multiplayer. It's really unique, and there's been a couple other versions of this one since the Nintendo 64 version. Good stuff.
Okay guys, so moving on to the number 2 spot. This track is iconic. It's on every single Mario Kart game that I can think of, and that is Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road is so beautiful and colorful, and I love this track, but it's really tricky because if you make that wrong turn, you can slide off the track and literally get sent back to last place. Now, Rainbow Road in the Mario Kart Wii, I don't feel like it's the best version. I feel like the Nintendo 64 is the best version of Rainbow Road. Maybe the Super Nintendo as well. Those are really good tracks for Rainbow Road. The one on the Nintendo Wii U, they kind of twisted it up a little bit, and it's a little bit different, but I just don't feel like it's that effective like it is in the Nintendo 64 version. But all in all, Rainbow Road, you can't go wrong with it. It's so iconic. It's one of the most popular tracks for Mario Kart. So at the number 2 spot, we have Rainbow Road.
Now, the number one track on our list that takes the cake, or should I say, takes the mushroom, is Toad's Turnpike for the Nintendo 64. We both can agree that this was our favorite track growing up as a kid. The first time I raced this track, it just totally blew me away. You have all, the traffic, and what makes this track so much fun is the asphalt, and you can go really fast on that pavement. You can get a lot of drifting around the turns and generating lots of boosts of speed. Trying to dip in and out of that traffic, it makes a different experience every time you race that track. The traffic can be so unpredictable, and you're gonna get different outcomes every time you race that track. It's so much fun. Love that track. Brent, you got anything to add on Toad's Turnpike?
Joe, I totally agree on this map. This map is great, and the best thing about it is it makes it a little more tricky when you have the traffic coming in and out all the time. I definitely remember playing this as a kid, and it was really one of my favorites.
Well, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We had a lot of fun making it, and we got some experience working together. We're just breaking the ice. We have so many great ideas coming, and we just wanted to get this one out of the way, under our belts, as we work on to our next video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave us a like, comment down below. Let us know what you think. Hope you had as much fun watching this video as we did making it. See you guys next time. Peace.
Okay guys, so we got to get out of here. That wraps up the first episode of Brent and Joe the Retro Show. You can follow me on Twitter and also YouTube. You can just type in Brent's Basement Gaming and Collecting, and you will find me on those platforms. And also guys, don't forget to go over there and check out Joe's channel. Hit that subscribe button. You can find him under Turbo Joe Old School Gaming. It's been a really good experience working with Joe, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for this show. Until next time, Brent and Joe the Retro Show, signing out.